Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and CJ's mom. This is typical. In August, I took a trip to San Diego to be with 225 widows. This is going to be an interesting dialogue, I hear. Boy, she's really stretching on this one. I hear hushed in the hushes in the back. Stretching, yes, but reaching. Before I get to that part of Flight 5, tomorrow is December 16th. Tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow is also the birthday of Shelley that got me to come to Toastmasters, and she's not here tonight. 6, I'm stretching, 6 minus 1 is 5. It's been 5 years since my widowhood. It's been 5 years in reflection, and tomorrow I turn 55. Yeah, unfortunately, my address doesn't have a 5 in it now, but, so I looked at the symbology. I knew that 5 was considered a number of completion, and I wanted to look at some of the other things that 5 might be related to. All the mathematical jargon, I mean, you can have equations up the kazoo. Those I'm not going to share with you, but in researching, the first one that came to mind is your 5 senses that we learned in about 3rd grade. The second one is that 5 is a very unstable number. If you think of the fulcrum, the arms being your balance, 5 can go one way or another. It's very unsettling number, but it is in the middle. So the instability, it also represents the planet Jupiter. Planet Jupiter is related to awareness, expansion, travel, and adventure. And I must say, in the last 5 years, I've had a lot of those things. And the adventure doesn't necessarily have to be physical. It can be the creation. It can be the travel that your mind has. Sometimes places maybe you don't want to go, but often places that you really do. And this would be learning something new is really what my journey has been, the last 3 years. 5 is the 5 stigmata of Christ. 5 is the human pentagram, the head being 1, 2, 3, your legs 5. I'm not going to do a jumping jack on that one, but you've got 5 there. You've got the 5-pointed star of Epiphany. You have the 5 continents of the world. You have the 5 oceans of the world. You have the 5 Olympic rings representing the 5 continents. You have the 5 elements in Chinese theory: water, wood, metal, ground, and fire. And 5 virtues. Let's see if I get these: wisdom, love, justice, truth, and I've missed one, goodness. And then in the fundamental numbers, 5 is in the middle of the magic square. This meaning if you're looking at me, and you know those little games we used to play in the back seat of the cards where you slide the numbers around? So if you're looking at me and you have a square, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, a 5, a pivotal, a center point. And for you that are a little more spatially inclined like I am, think of the pyramids with the 5 faces of the pyramid and the 5 summits. So back to 5 and Flight 5. When I fly, I have strategies for seat selection. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes I want to get to the carousel as soon as I can. Usually I get in there and I'll take an aisle because of my long legs, and I sit down, I already nestle in. I'm going to go for half that armrest. I don't care what. I go for half the armrest. And then I'll kind of start scoping who's coming. Oh, no. Yes, no, no. Yes. And I really want this tiny little woman to come down that's got this book that begs her attention to sit next to me. Or I'll see these obnoxious kids coming down and being originally or lately from New York or New Jersey, and they're doting parents, and I'll turn my head the other way just thinking, like, if I don't look at them, they won't sit here. That strategy doesn't often work. And then the third person that inevitably turns up is this, and it happens to be a woman more than a man, is someone, and they've got these two parcels. Now, they have all their personal possessions in it, in case the plane crashes. So they've got all these parcels, and the one that's containing their parachute, you know, they put it back up, they wedge it in the overhead, and they delay the flight, and we're all just like, you know, just, there's always that person. Well, on the flight to San Diego, again, I'm begging, I'm like, who is it, who is it, who is it? And this wonderful couple sat next to me. He was a singer-songwriter, or is a singer-songwriter in Austin, and he gave me his CD. His wife runs the plumbing business, family plumbing business. We had a great dialogue. They were going to, their daughter plays in the Olympics. They were going to Mexico for volleyball competition. And they wished me well in my ventures. I told them about the book I was writing, and they said they believed I was strong and that I would be successful. So going back to that, I said, okay, 5. Let's just highlight a few of, not my top 10, but my top 5 strangers in my seats.